I promise you, this will be worth the wait. We've been talking about this for days on Sportswire Radio. We've got a match here to kick off our King of Palo preview show coverage that, let's just say, is a match that is months in the making. We're going to find out here between two titans. You think about the All Wrestling Matters movement. You think about everything we've seen the past 2 years. It's all going to collide and maybe even rear its ugly head here this Saturday in the Palo Community Center. We're even here with a man that I haven't seen in months, and apparently he's making his return to the ring here this weekend to defend a championship, in the words that he had leading up into this match. And he's gone, boy. It's who knows there. Hopefully he comes back, but I'm going to be joined with a man that certainly is no stranger to this platform. He is going to have plenty to say. I'm not going to read off what underneath his name is, but I will.
Go ahead. You go ahead and read that off.
Yeah, I had those guys on Tuesday, so I'm going to leave that at that. We appreciate you, Soldier. But what I will do is give you both an introduction, because we're here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all wrestling matters, and I need to get this show on the road because I know that the real raw energies probably only got real amounts of short time to talk. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been wanting it, they've been wanting it, and it is time to get this show on the road here in style on Sportswire Radio, the number one global radio station. So with without further ado, here on the Sports number one global sports show. Two men that define the All Wrestling Matters movement and are here to kick things off for the historic IMF latest show, the King of Palo. First, one of the founding members of the IMF and the foundation, one of the greats of all time in our underground wrestling circuit. His name is, simply put, Soldier GB, and a man that certainly made quite an impact in 2024, who traveled maybe more miles than any man in the underground wrestling circuit, who makes his long-awaited return to the ring in more than 3 months. His name is, simply put, the raw energy, the reigning, defending, all wrestling matters, heavyweight champion of the world, D'Angelo Flame. The champ is here, fellas. How are we doing?
Where's my championship at?
Well, we're gonna find out. I mean, it's a great segue. It's a great segue because we're going right into it. We're going right into it. Soldier, you know what? I'm not even going to talk and ask the question. We have seen over the past 24 hours, you two have been just at a war of words, and I'm going to kick it off and give you the floor for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that you most certainly helped build, Sportswire Radio, to the tune of over 1,400 plus subscribers. What are you going to do to take that All Wrestling Matters championship away from the real raw energy D'Angelo LaFlame?
14 months ago, you got lucky. 14 months ago, if you watch that match back, I whooped your ass. And you got lucky with a haluva kick through the chair. 14 months, I sat and I thought about it. Waiting for my chance to get a rematch. And I hear, oh, you're showing up. and IMF.
Mm.
So who better to wrestle you for that belt? Your first title defense, by the way. Like, where you been? I've been putting asses in seats for this whole year since then. I haven't seen you on anywhere. Your first title defense, glad it's against me because it's going to be your last, like I said.
Ooh.
You told me I could choose any stipulation.
I did. I did.
I'm going to make sure you don't get up for a 10 count, brother.
Okay. We
It's
can
not
try.
going to be a
We can try.
lucky, it's not going to be a lucky haluva kick with the chair. You're going to have to keep me down for a 10 count. Do you think you can do that? Because you had a hard time keeping me down for a 3 count at Summer Bash.
See, now, Mr. GP. It's the GP. Let me break it down. One, you came for the title reign. I understand. Like I said, my title reign ain't the most memorable. Like you said, I haven't defended it since I won it, and certain things happen. Things happen. I had all good intentions of defending, but clearly, you see, I got put out of a job. So unfortunately, I couldn't do anything. Then lately, I haven't been in the mindset to be wrestling, but there's no excuse. As a champion and how I get down, I like to defend my belt. So clearly, I have no problem defending against you. Since you want to do a last man standing, we got to see who's gonna keep the next man down for 10. Now, don't get me wrong. When we last met up, yes, it was a fight, but don't just swing it to your way and say, "Oh, I was just struggling." The same way you want to sit here and say I was struggling against you, you were struggling to keep me down as well. So I don't have. We can do this last man standing. That's perfectly fine with me. And they'll show me if I still got it or not. Because I will admit I haven't done nothing really besides just I've been in the background. But don't think it's just nothing but ring rust on me. I've been in the background working though. I haven't been out publicly, but I've been putting in work. Um, but all I can say is, Soldier, I will gladly come to your turf and put you down again. And then maybe this time, maybe it won't be just me being lucky. It'll probably be a clear sign like, oh, yeah, I just ain't got it in me. Old LaFlame keep whooping my ass left, right, and center. And then he came into my home turf and whooped my ass again. So it's all right. It's all right, Soldier. I don't blame you for being confident. Anybody would. Like you said, I haven't been doing anything in the last year. So sure, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, that's not exactly championship like confidence. You pretty much said it. You don't have confidence much going into this match. So I guess why show up then? I mean, D'Angelo, I'm not used to this. I mean, I know you and Soldier had quite a back and forth the last 24 hours, but this is not what I expected here going into this Saturday.
It's only because Tom, like, at the end of the day, I do have to keep it realistically. I have to be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm not confident in myself, but I can't sit here and just sit here and fully say that it's gonna be an easy match. I cannot sit there and say that.
Because
But
you know you got lucky at Summer
um,
Bash.
no, because I know I'm resilient, and that's the one thing that it don't matter how long I haven't been
Well,
in a
maybe
ring
it's
or.
also, you know what? This isn't Alabama where they cease to exist at the moment. This isn't when you went to upstate New York a few months ago. This wasn't in prior places. This is Soldier in his home turf. Soldier talked about the fact he's been putting butts in the seats, and there's going to be a lot of butts in the seats that are going to be there this Saturday, less than 48 hours from now in the Palo Community Center. And this is the first time, really, of any sorts that you've been in front of this kind of fans in a long time, and certainly defending a championship to this magnitude. And maybe that's that. And Soldier's got an advantage in other places that you've traveled to. Like I said, for the most part, Alabama as an example, or even, our friend over with Shocky's house party. Love those guys. But now you're going into an arena where there's butts in the seats. People paid to watch this match. And maybe that's where Soldier's right where he wants to be, and that's going to be a lot to overcome. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. You tell me.
I just
Well,
hope you're
of
man
course,
enough. I just hope you're man enough to do what I did and shake my hand when I beat you and become the new all
without a
wrestling
doubt.
match champion.
You want me to give you a prize after the match too? I can do that as well. I'm a man of honor.
And like I said, you gotta face me. You gotta deal with me twice.
Yes.
Not
Let's talk
only
about that for a minute, because you got this on the line and also the King of Palo, which we've got. I mean, some of the very best competitors that from our generation over the past few years are going to be a part of this. So, you guys, this is not just one and done. You guys are going to have to figure out whatever happens in this match to figure out how you're going to pick yourselves up and win the King of Palo. I mean, that's
it's
another
not gonna
thing.
be hard. I have to win. Like I said last night in my promo, I have to win.
Omen Black. You want Omen Black.
I have to save my brother, and you're just in the way, LaFlame. There's no animosity between me and you. I have no ill fate towards you, any hate towards you at all. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Which has kind of been the last like 5 months for you, D'Angelo. Unfortunately, in the last
Yes.
like.
Yes. I've been catching it. I've been
Well,
catching
you
it.
know what? But Soldier, I want to ask you though a question. I know Mr. LaFlame is a very busy man. I've only got so much time with him, which is a shame because a lot of people haven't seen him in a long time, and I'm sure they'd love to talk to him. But Soldier, you have been right there, and I think about the last 2 years. I've known you now for over 2 years. I've seen the All Wrestling Matters movement that we've talked about. I've seen it grow from what it was to where it is. Summer Bash, you guys were there, a part of that. You spoke about the match months ago. What you've done with the IMF, taking it to a place where we've got butts in the seats coming up. Some of the very best competitors in our entire circuit are going to be there this Saturday. But what would it mean to you, Soldier GP, to be the All Wrestling Matters World Heavyweight Champion?
I mean, it kind of felt right. Like you said, I created this movement. I'm the one that brought everybody together. Nobody was working with anybody outside of anywhere. I brought everybody together. People didn't go
I'm
to
gonna pull a, I'm
ROEW.
gonna pull a Hulk Hogan. They don't work for me, brother. They don't work for me, brother.
Well,
Dang. But are you?
Now,
Do you? Am I lying? People didn't just show up to
now you
ROEW.
helped. Now you helped, but
I paved
I
the
do
way for
feel
this
like
all.
my little run I did have. I think I wouldn't be in the position I am. I wouldn't be holding the title if I didn't bring
so
everybody
maybe
together.
what the issue is that who has been more front and center for the All Wrestling Matters movement? Yes, it was Soldier going out there and going to places that nobody wanted to for the past 2 years. But also you've got D'Angelo, who went to Alabama when a lot of people looked at that and said, I wouldn't go there. D'Angelo going out of his comfort zone, going over to our friends in NEW and being a part of the Riot in the Ring, Shocky's house party, and of course, Summer Bash. So when you think about it, you too have been almost neck and neck in this movement. Maybe that's
Neck
what
and neck.
this is about.
You said neck and neck.
That's
He
what
won the
D'Angelo.
title, and where did he go? What happened?
Well,
I came back to my home turf and still was putting asses in seats after Summer Bash. I've been doing it since Summer Bash. You said
In
yourself,
my
this is his
defense,
first
I
match
didn't have a
back.
home turf to go to no more.
You want to? We're
Unfortunately,
not on the same level at that point. I'm putting asses in seats, main eventing show after show after show. He's been gone. He won the title and disappeared.
well, I can't argue with you.
that is,
With
and
that.
D'Angelo, that is a point because, Jovi was here a couple of times in the last few months, and people were wondering the All Wrestling Matters Championship. And you think about when it all started with Soldier and Omen going on to James Taylor's show, and then them coming here, and everything that they've done, all the places that they've gone to, and they've been here still. I know Omen and Soldier will be a topic later on. But people have wondered this All Wrestling Matters Championship that you hold, whether it's fault of your own or not. A lot of guys have kind of questioned D'Angelo LaFlame. Is he just an accidental champion, figuratively and literally?
Like I said, I'm not even gonna, try to make excuses and all that. I'm just, calling it how it is. Unfortunately, you know, things happen on my over here, and like I said, it threw me out of mindset. I didn't want to wrestle for a hot minute.
Okay.
I so it's no excuse. It's no excuse. I am a horrible champion. I brought a lot
I
of
wouldn't say
disgrace.
that. I mean, that
I
people are going to have their opinions, but you know what? You have a chance to right that wrong and that story to change, because if you go out there, I'm going to give you 1 second, but if you go out there and defeat Soldier, then that changes, and maybe that's what you have an opportunity to change, and then I'll let Soldier have the floor. Soldier, you got the floor. Yours. Go ahead. You got it.
You said he's got a chance. He's got a slim chance. Like I said, at Summer Bash, he got lucky with a haluva kick to a chair. I let my guard down for a second and got beat. I beat myself. He didn't beat me. I beat myself. I let my guard down and took a haluva kick to the chair, and I got beat by that way. He got lucky. It's not going to happen again. He can't just 1, 2, 3. He's got to keep me down for 10 count. You have to keep me down for a 10 count. Do you actually believe that you can do that?
Yeah.
Well, but that's a good point though, because you're coming back to the ring your first time in several months. You're not just going out there and just having, I don't know, maybe a test run. You're going up there with Soldier GP, one of the very best. And on top of that, in a last man standing match. What's the preparation like, champ? This is your first match back in months. And on top of that, defending a major championship. And then also against a man that is one of the very best right now. What's the preparation for this?
So, like I said before, I haven't just been sitting back doing nothing. I have been, I've been still training. Now I will admit, like I haven't had that real match um
That real
vibe
raw energy
energy.
you're able to unleash.
Right. I have been like I said, I have been a shell of myself the last couple of months, but of course, I know it's still in there, and I will admit, like when I get in that match, it will be signs of ring rust. I know it will be,
Mhm.
but I'm confident in myself that I will shake it off easily and get back to how I normally get down. Because just because I've been out of the ring for some months don't mean I just lost it all. Wrestling came easy for me. I won't say I was a natural lady, it's one of them things, I wasn't born for it, but it comes easy to me. So I don't feel like the ring rust will affect me. It'll probably affect me in the beginning, but after I just shake it
Have
off
you
and get
ever
a
been in a
feel
last
for it,
man standing match?
I don't believe I have. I don't believe so. I've been in I quit matches, handicap matches.
I have. I've
No.
been I've been in a couple of them. I've been in a few of them. This ain't my first one. I'm undefeated in last man standing matches.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So basically, you're just saying it's title versus, I guess, street. Yeah, that what it sounded like, huh?
Theoretically,
Are
but
you gonna be the first one?
I know that D'Angelo, you're a busy man, and you have this is a big deal, and you got to get ready to actually show up to the venue and defend this championship. But I know there's a lot of
Defend
people
your
out here.
flight this time.
Well, I'm going to give you both an opportunity to ask each other a question in a minute. But I know there's a lot of people that are happy to see you on the screen. Would there be anything you'd want to say to anybody out there watching right now that's seeing you here for the first time in months? Anything that you'd like to say to them and such?
Um, I would most definitely say this. To everybody who has been, wondering where I've been. Um, Eventually, I will come back and do an interview with Tom, and I will explain every and anything you want to know, because I do feel like it's well overdue, and y'all deserve to know. I will tell you clearly, what happened about certain things. Then I will tell you how my what I've been doing the last couple of months. Um, because I do feel like I truthfully owe y'all an explanation because y'all been some of my biggest supporters and just up
A
and
lot of
dip out
people,
and
as a wrestling fan,
disappear.
people they want to see you back. I mean, like I'm obviously, I know you guys are going to kill each other, but as a fan, I'm a fan of both you guys, and seeing you guys, you know, go and rise up here. I think people they want to see you out there, and I'm sure there'll be a time and place that you'll talk to the people, and that'll be a great time, I'm sure. But in the meantime, we have some business to attend to, and if you can, please give a sub to the IMF. I can't stress enough the fact you have to support the IMF. They have a great show coming up here this Saturday. We're going to be talking a lot about it here over the next 90 or so more minutes. And also, please go to their Facebook page if you'd like to buy a ticket. I've already donated 2 tickets to this show. So please join me in supporting them. Support all the wrestlers out there. They're all going out there, and they're doing this for their blood, sweat, and tears. And literally, this is going to be a match that's going to be for that, and it's a last man standing match. Also, shout out to Sean Jovi because, well, it's his, it was his concept, the All Wrestling Matters Championship, and he was absolutely a part of it. And my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally, with All Wrestling Matters. I know you both are going to have a lot on your mind, so I'm going to give the opportunity for you guys to ask each other something. I'm going to go with you, Soldier, first, and I'm sure I'll see you. Actually, I'll see you both probably later on here in the King of Palo tournament talk. But Soldier,
I'll let the champ go first.
Oh, okay. You know what, Soldier? I'm not even going to argue with that. Mr. LaFlame, would you like to ask Soldier anything or anything else?
The only thing the Soldier is what's next for Soldier if you do lose to a guy that haven't wrestled in months. What's next for Soldier?
I'm gonna go on to win King of Palo, so I can face Omen Black at Rage in the Cage.
And if I beat you, well, win the King of Palo match, then what you do? You still lost to a guy that haven't wrestled in months.
You're in a last man standing match with me. You're gonna be lucky if you make it to King of Palo. You're gonna be lucky if you make it to that match. I hope you're not taking me lightly because you beat me at Summer Bash. I feel like you're coming off like I'm a joke, like I'm playing around, because I'm not.
Oh no!
I sat 14 months thinking about how I got beat by a fucking chair to the face. And now you're coming here to my turf, like he said, my people. And I'm going to put you down for that 10 count, and your first title defense will be your last title defense. The belt's going to be where it rightfully belongs, on my shoulder, because I will defend it every month. Unlike somebody who held it for 14 months and hasn't defended it once.
Can't even argue with that. Understandable.
Okay, wow. Well, D'Angelo, I hope you have more to say in the ring. You'll use it as your actions, not words so much. But
that's how I normally am,
I know that, but usually, you are a little more tamer than even your previous appearances on here. I mean, I guess, I'm sure you'll save it for the ring.
If you've been gone for 14 months, you wouldn't know how to do this anymore either.
Well, you know what? I wonder sometimes if I'm not here for 14 minutes, if I don't know how to do it anymore. But that is a different show for a different time, obviously. And anything you want to say, Soldier? Anything more further you want to say to Mr. LaFlame? Obviously, I'll give you guys both closing thoughts in a second, and we'll get to the next round of matches to talk about here and shortly.
What are you gonna do? What's gonna become of LaFlame when he shows up in IMF and I embarrass him and humiliate him because I destroy him? Not just for the All Wrestling Matters title, but also on my way to winning a stupid ring that says King.
Well, Soldier, I can give you a realistic answer. I can give you a comical answer. I can always disappear for another 14 months. But realistically, I just simply don't see you beating me. I feel like you're overconfident, basically. I feel like you're gonna slip up like Summer
Why wouldn't
Bash.
I be? Why wouldn't I be? I've been doing this nonstop since Summer Bash. You're the one. You're coming off of a hiatus. You're not going against the fucking jobber. You're not going against a mid carder. You're going against one of the best that does it.
And
So
even
that's
the
of
best,
course I'm going to be
they slip up
confident.
time to time.
Well, I mean, we're going to certainly find out. I mean, I will get to a few comments here before we let both men go. Also, follow D'Angelo on Instagram in case you haven't. Skulls wanted to say the champ is looking like Brock Lesnar, a wasted champion who's up what he's up to, whatever that may mean. But thank you for. I have a few more
How to
comments.
be here for the paydays.
We love D'Angelo.
Sportzwire would love D'Angelo LaFlame. Why?
Hey,
Because he's facing me.
Well, I'm
I
not
know
going
you.
there. Zilla was here on Tuesday's show. Rob Ryan of Wrestling Zero did like to say he's pro soldier. There you go. Comatose shared our show on Instagram, and it's a good point by Skills. Title versus the streak. Title versus the last man standing streak. And Comatose wanted to say hello to everybody. Thank you for that. Sean Jovi did want to say that, yes, you will get some credit. I definitely will try to give everybody else credit. Also, sorry about Jay Ryan, and hope your aunt is feeling better. And D'Angelo, beware of the foundation you poke, you might get bitten. That's a good point there. That's a very well stated point. Yeah, time definitely flies. Trust me, it definitely flies. And finally, the real raw energy of the All Wrestling Matters movement has surfaced. Good luck, Ace Christian's in the house. How you doing, Ace? I can't wait to see Ace coming up here this Saturday. Very excited about that. My buddy Ed Pizzo of Dooley is here. Darkron, I know, is certainly not going to get in the middle of this because he's brothers to both men. He's only got an issue with Omen Black, but Zilla's here. We'll leave that at that. Fellas, do you have any closing thoughts? Anything else you guys want to share? And I'm sure maybe I'll see you later. Soldier, I'll definitely see you later. But anything else you want to say?
No, I'll see you later.
Okay.
And I'll see you soon, brother.
Well, something tells me you guys may not have that brotherly, hug and such. But this is the match. It's the All Wrestling Matters Championship. It'll take place this Saturday in the Palo Community Center. And fellas, thank you very much for that. Mr. LaFlame has already left. I guess he's gonna have other things to attend to. And Soldier, I will see you soon later on in the show. And that's a wrap for now. But that was Soldier GP and D'Angelo LaFlame, and we've got here the man that is going to say he's the future IMF Hardcore Champion. He is the reigning defending RCW champion. He is Nicholas Crenton, who's obviously always got a lot to say. And got some big matches coming up here. You got one with certainly Sean Jovi and Darkfire, and you've got Ox McCoy, a man you've got plenty of history with, a man that is certainly going to look to make an example of you. And you've got a busy weekend ahead, just like most of the roster here. And Nicholas Crenton, for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform where it's all wrestling matters, that we pretty much have been talking about throughout the evening. Tell us how you're going to win that IMF Hardcore Championship from the one and only Ox McCoy.
Ox McCoy, one of the toughest competitors in IMF, and one of the toughest people I've been in the ring with.
Absolutely.
But also, Ox, the past few times we've been in the ring, you've never beaten me. Every time we've faced, I've beaten you. And if you've won a match, it's not because you won beating me. It's because you won beating my ex, no good partner, Darkfire.
Well, you're going to be...
And it wasn't even you. It was your partner. Your partner, Yerk, that did it.
Yeah, Yerk the Viking.
Ox, you want to know why I'm going to take that IMF Hardcore title from you? It's simple. See, I can believe all your message about wanting to make changes and doing things good, your whole thing that the House of Ox is spewing out. I can believe it. I just don't care. See, for me, 285 days. Yeah, unlike some people, I can actually tell time.
That's 40 plus weeks. That's a while. 40 plus weeks.
285 days since you decided to take the low road. That's fine. I get it. You want to try to protect your titles as much as possible when you're a champion. I would have done the same thing. See, the problem is, Ox, you think you're this big, bad, scary beast. You're walking into the ring with a goddamn devil. I'm going to not only take your title, but I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to humble you. I'm going to torture you, and I'm going to leave you scarred. And that's a guarantee. That last part is a guaranteed, Ox, because I'm going to leave, whether it be with that title or with the part of your soul, I'm going to leave with a piece of you.
Let me ask you a question. Right now, you're the RCW champion. We'll see how that process plays out in your match with Mr. Jovi and Mr. Darkfire. But should you retain the RCW title and win the IMF Hardcore Championship against Ox McCoy, what would that mean to you in your career to be a double champion? What would that mean to you?
It means I'm taking the next step. It means that when I say I'm going to be a champion, I mean it, because I am going to be an IMF Hardcore champion. I guarantee that one day. I'm going to be an IMF Midwest champion. I guarantee that one day I'm going to be IMF United States champion. I guarantee it one day. And I'm going to be the IMF World Champion. And I don't care if it's Owen Black. I don't care if it's Justin Parsley, Sean Jovi, Sportzwire, or any of them. I'm putting everyone on notice.
Wow, Nicholas.
I am going to take over. Because here's the fun fact. I'm a little bit freed up when it comes to wrestling nowadays, and I can devote my full attention to IMF.
Full attention? You mean that you're going to be here focused solely on being the devil and, let's just say, winning gold and taking names one by one, and you're going to start that with Ox McCoy this Saturday, and certainly it's somewhere in between continue your reign as RCW champion and make sure Darkfire's comeback doesn't, well, let's just say, start with a house of fire and Sean Jovi continue his swoon? It seems like that's what's going to start this Saturday, huh?
I'm done playing nice. I'm done playing these games. I'm done playing other people's games, because guess what? I'm going to say this to everybody out there.
Yes, sir.
Don't try to play games with me. Don't think you're even capable of that.
Well, I mean, you know what? I mean, we have to find out. But first of all, let's give a plug to the IMF. If you're here, do me a favor. Go hit the sub button for the IMF and certainly be there this Saturday at the Palo Community Center. It is going to be a sold-out crowd. And we're going to see Nicholas Crenson in double duty here. But, you know, Nicholas, as I'm hearing you talk about Ox McCoy, I know you got some history with him and you've got some wins. But, I mean, how are you going to be able to focus on the RCW title match? I have to ask you almost a thought or two on that. Certainly what happened here on Sportswire not long ago on Sean Jovi's birthday celebration 2 weeks ago, when Darkfire all of a sudden made his return to wrestling and, you know, ruined what was supposed to be one of the greatest birthday celebrations in history. How are you going to be able to keep your focus in both these matches and especially retain that RCW championship against Darkfire and Sean Jovi?
Well, that's easy, Tom. You see, both Darkfire and Jovi, they seem to be now preoccupied with each other.
I would agree with
I'm
that.
going to use that to my advantage.
To put it the least, yeah, all right. I got you. I agree.
See, well, Jovi still hangs on to this misguided notion of honor. Darkfire seems to be breaking through a little bit.
Well, you've had your own history with Darkfire. I mean, sort of. Maybe some of it's rubbed off him. I don't know.
But here's the thing. Unlike them, I actually am willing to do everything and anything to keep my title. And Jovi already remembers what it's like to lose a title to me.
You're the man responsible for what Jovi's gone through. I mean, we go back almost 2 years ago now. Literally almost 2 years ago. You won your first championship after, you know, a decades-long drought. And Jovi, who knows, hasn't been the same since. And you've got an opportunity to be a double champion. I mean, you're calling yourself the future IMF hardcore champion. We'll have to find out. But the House of Wolves, I mean, you dismissed them so subtly there. I mean, why dismiss the House of Wolves? They've got nearly all the gold in the IMF right now. I mean, should you be watching your back here coming up this Saturday or what?
I wouldn't expect less from them.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Tell me.
They're all gonna be preoccupied. Omen has Mephisto and JX to deal with. Yeah. Still, he's got that King of Palo match. Yep. The tag titles are on the line as well.
Tag situation, which we're not even going there with. Yep.
But here's the real thing that I have here is that, well, here it is.
Okay.
The House of Wolves, eventually, the whelps will crumble. They will crumble. Because I'll say this right now. What's going to happen when one of them challenges another member? Say, what's going to happen when Ox decides to challenge Steel? Or Ox
Steel said on Sportzwire Sunday, though, that if he wins the King of Palo, he's declining that opportunity to go after Omen.
Oh, okay, I get it now. I get it. They're morons. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, I certainly wouldn't.
Blind sheep. Oh, that is the best thing for me, because blind sheep, they tend to get spit out when they're no longer of use.
Well, I mean, we'll have to find out. I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean, certainly, and also Nicholas Crenton is going to be in action here, defending his RCW championship against Sean Jovi and Darkfire, who makes his long-awaited return to the ring. And what a way he did that 2 weeks ago on Sportswire Radio. And if you're here, hit the like button for it, share it, and also tell your friends about the IMF. And follow us here on Sportswire Radio. And we are very excited about the show here coming up this Saturday, and we've donated 2 tickets to it. So I hope you get a chance to go out there and watch the show. So, Nicholas, I know you're a busy man. You are getting ready for 2 matches to have the opportunity to be Nicholas Crenton 2 belts and continue your run here. I mean, obviously, we'll see what happens. But do you have any final words for Ox McCoy first and the IMF Hardcore Champion? Do you have any final words for him?
Ox, I know you're beloved in Palo. I know the people love you. I'm not going to try to convince them of anything. They can like and hate what they want. Really, why would I try to impress a bunch of morons? But this is what I'm going to do, Ox. Ox, I'm going to torture you. And I don't mean, I'm going to hit you as hard as I can. No, this is going to be slow. This is going to be painful. And this is going to be drawn out. And I guarantee, like I said, I will take a piece of you when it's all said and done. And I plan on one of those pieces being that IMF Hardcore Championship.
Something tells me Nicholas Crenton may or may not be coming out to the Janis Joplin song, Piece of My Heart. I don't know if that's going to be the theme song here this Saturday, but we'll see. Ox is a guy that definitely reigns in blood, sends his messages in blood, and is bound in blood. He's literally a man that bathes, drinks, sleeps, and eats blood, but we'll certainly go and see what happens in your match with him. But this Saturday, you got a match with Jovi and Darkfire. Do you have any final words for them?
Jovi, remember how I pushed you by beating you for the RCW title once? Well, this time, I want you to show me that you've learned something. And Darkfire, oh man, I haven't forgotten that DDT, buddy. I haven't forgotten it. And how do I say this? Eventually, I'm gonna fucking cripple you.
well, you know what? Obviously, we'll see about crippling. We'll see about bombs. I know one thing. This is certainly going to be a lively show here over the next hour or so. And Nicholas Crenson is now the devil, and he is certainly striking. He's got a lot on his mind. He's got an RCW championship match to defend his title with. He's got Darkfire and Sean Joby there. He's got his nemesis over the past year, not to be confused with James Taylor. Ox McCoy and the House of Wolves also on his mind to win the IMF Hardcore Championship. Everybody's talking about their own King of Palo moment. Everybody's talking about what they're going to do. But Nicholas Crenson, in his own way tonight on Sportswire Radio, has made his own case that the King of Palo is going to be where the devil, Nicholas Crenson, reigns supreme and starts one by one decimating the IMF roster and winning championship after championship. We'll have to find out, certainly. But Mr. Crenson, I certainly want to give you the floor, give you some closing thoughts. Anything else you may want to share that we're missing? And take it away, my friend.
Yes. Actually, there is one thing. I'm throwing this out there. Summer Bash. I'm not sure if they'll see this.
Okay.
Remy Ravage. See you then.
Remy Ravage, see you then. Remy Ravage? I haven't heard that name in months. Remy Ravage, what do you know? Well,
I know I owe Remy a battle.
Well, was it Anita Baker ring my bell? But you won't be ringing Remy Ravage's bell. But okay, we'll have to find out. I thank you, Mr. Crenson, and we'll get to a few more comments. Who is JX? I'll ask Omen Black about that. The beeper we'll be using the beeper tonight. Hit the IMF sub button on YouTube. Hello there, Zilla Mephisto. We'll be getting to him. Good luck, Nicholas Crenson. That's what some people like to say. Keep your doors locked, Nicholas Crenson. That is a good point with Zilla. Zilla made a good point here. Don't want to go there. Zilla is an Ox McCoy fan. Zilla's got her own opinions. Comatose did say that I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you do have a wonderful evening. I hope everybody else has a wonderful evening tuning into this on Sportswire Radio. And I think, Mr. Crenson, we appreciate your time. And I will see you soon, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And the bells are out. Nicholas Crenson, not to be confused with the old Sirius XM channel, Rock the Bells. No, that's Nicholas Crenson's dog, who might be coming into this match and this show as well. But the question marks, forget about all that. Champ, good to see you as always. We'll see you very soon. I look forward to talking the Fallout with you. And there you have it. That was Nicholas Crenson, the RCW champion, making his case that he'll retain the RCW title and also win the IMF Hardcore Championship against the Ox McCoy from the House of Wolves. So we'll have to see what happens there. But we have now got more action, and boy, this is going to be an interesting one here. We got those tag team championships on the line, and the Midwest Express, I have said it the past few months. I think pound for pound, they have been the best tag team in the entire underground wrestling circuit. I have seen teams come on left and right across this country. And, they're great teams, but they haven't been able to retain those championships as long as the Midwest Express have had. And Jason Myers is going to tell me why that's going to continue. And Freddie Daniels, who always certainly has something to say with the Switchblades. And Freddie, good to see you. I'm going to start with you first. And this ain't going to be no Switchblade type of show. You're going to get to the point. So tell me what to expect here coming up this Saturday and why you're going to win some tag team gold.
Well, Dom, it's simple. I'm going to win the tag titles because I am a tag champ. If we go way back when, I held the tag titles all by myself because I didn't have a tag team partner who showed up.
That's true.
And then I had a tag team partner that I had to carry, just like Jordan is carrying Jason now. But see, back when I held the titles, it was the other way around. I was carrying Jordan. So Jason, tell me, how does it feel to be carried by someone who I carried?
You're wrong. Just like everybody else who comes on here and wants to talk about our tag team, you're wrong. I don't carry him. He doesn't carry me. We hold our own weight. When one can't pick up, that's where the other one steps in. Now, As for you held the tag titles by yourself, pretty sure you still had to defend them with somebody, right? So whereas you may have been the one constant, neither one of us are out. We have been at full strength this whole time. Have you beaten us at full strength? I don't think so. If you really think you're going to take this gold Saturday, if you really think that you're going to be the one to take down the best tag team in the underground scene, you're delusional. You've been in the House of Wolves. You know what it's like. You've seen the truth. But then, I'm pretty sure it was your tag partner, my now tag partner, kicked you. He left you. We have no desire of leaving either one of each other. Because we are that good together. And even on our own, we have our own resumes. Do you really think that whoever you have beside you is worthy enough of stepping in the ring with us to beat us?
Well,
You
Jordan,
don't want to go get a psychic
sorry, Mason,
evaluation.
I'm sorry. I get you two so confused with how shitty you guys are. I know that I can rely on my tag partner because just like you said, your tag partner picks up when he needs to pick up. You pick up when you need to pick up. My switchblades and me, we pick up when we need to pick up. And yeah, one of my tag partners is dealing with some stuff right now. That's all right. He can go do that because I got Ricky Romero picking up what he needs to pick up. Now, you guys may want to call him Darkfire going after the RCW, but when he comes into that tag title match in my corner, you'll be facing off against Frey Daniels and the RCW champ, Darkfire. Or Ricky Romero. Sorry.
A name change and a wardrobe change makes a guy so scary. We don't have to change anything. We are who we are.
Like that was
You don't have to change anything. That's a very good point, Jason. It's a very good point. Because Jordan hasn't changed since he was in the House of Wolves. He sat there, he stabbed the House of Wolves in the back. What makes you think that he's not going to stab you in the back, huh? You say that neither of you guys have desire of leaving each other, but how do you know he's not thinking about it? You guys are a bunch of wolves. You guys hunt sheep. You could be the sheep that he's hunting, Jason, and you don't even know it because you're playing in wolf clothing as well. Now, see, this Saturday.
Why would he want to leave this?
Why would he leave this gold? Why would he leave me or the House of Wolves when we are doing just as good, huh? Now, as I was saying, this Saturday,
an opportunity to take it for himself. I do not blame him.
Shut it. All right. I'm going to go on and I'm going to beat HS, the handsome stranger, as simple as this. 1, 2,
announcer?
3.
Is that what you stoop to? Is our announcer?
I
hope he whoops your ass.
I'm going to beat him too. And you brought up how I was in the House of Wolves and I brought it up. So let me tell you something. I was in the House of Wolves and I know the House of Wolves tactics. But you see, something's different about this House of Wolves. They're unpredictable. And when you put Frey Daniels in an unpredictable predicament, he wins. Look at this Dexter guy who no one knows. He's unpredictable, and I won against him both times. You put me in the RCW where you never know what's going to happen. A very unpredictable situation, and I won the RCW title. So, Jason, I'm going against you and one of my former tag team partners in a very, very unpredictable situation. All the odds are in my favor.
That's an interesting point, Champ, as we're here with Freddie Daniels and Jason Myers, and they're talking about their match coming up here for the Tag Team Championship at the IMF King of Palo show. Champ, it's an interesting point. I would have went into this about 5 minutes ago and said, you know what? You had one of the greatest reigns in history. It's going to continue. I think about tag teams. We look back 5-10 years from now in the underground. I'm going to put the Midwest Express right there. But then Freddie makes this point about in unpredictable situations, time and time again, he seems to have his opponent's number. You think that there's something to that, and that's something that may feel it's going to give him an advantage and maybe take those tag team championships away from you and Jordan? What's your thoughts on that?
No, it doesn't give him an advantage. Because we have faced off more than once. As much as you want to say that he has his opponent's number, I have his just as well.
Really, what's my
He
number?
is no stranger.
9-1.
I have faced him,
No.
and I know what he can do, and I know what he's going to do. He wants to say we're unpredictable. He is very much correct. But when we pull out unpredictable shit, and he can't counter that, because he doesn't know what we can pull out. Our bag is so deep that his mama can fit in it.
Jason, you're right. You guys have a bag, an infinite bag, if you will, of moves. But one thing that everyone keeps forgetting about me is that when I get hit, I get back up. When I lose, I get back up. And I go on to the next. And I sit there and I bet on myself. You and Jordan, you guys keep winning over and over and over in the exact same way. Nothing's changing because you guys don't have that loss to see what to change. So, Jason, from all the times that you have taught me what I needed to change, what makes you think that I haven't learned you? What makes you think I haven't learned Jordan? What makes you think I haven't learned the tag team business? What makes you think that I haven't learned how to finally win?
Champ, are you competing against yourself? Because Freddie makes a point, and again, it's a rather interesting point. You guys, again, I say it, and I continue to say it every time you're on here every month. I've had on some of the very best tag teams in the underground circuit, but they haven't held titles as long as you and Jordan have. Are you in a way competing against yourselves at all time and time when you go out there in the ring? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, we've always got to be better than we were last time. So we do change. No, maybe the way we win is still the same, but we change. We adapt to what is going on around us. And that is why the House of Wolves picked us up, because we are the most adaptable. You can come at us with whatever. You can say that you can take a punch and get right back up. That does not matter. Because I don't think you're going to be able to get up this Saturday.
Well, you know, I want to give you...
is going to stop us from tearing your head off your shoulders.
Well, it's good. It's going to come down to, again, who can maybe take that punch the most and come right back up. It ain't no sunshine and rainbows, that's for sure. Freddie, I want to give you the opportunity. Do you want to ask Jason anything? Do you have anything you want to say to him, and any remarks or final opportunities to ask him something?
Honestly, I do.
Okay.
Jason, me and you, we've been in this business almost as long as each other have. And you say that you're going to take my head off this Saturday. That sounded like you're trying to make my career end shortly, huh? But what happens, even if you do win, and you don't get the outcome that you want? What happens when you can't take my head off because I'm indestructible? Or here's the thought that everyone's thinking. What happens when I make you just Jason Myers and not the IMF Tag Team Champion Jason Myers, huh? What's going to happen when I send you home to your mom crying boo-hoo, huh?
Well, what's some strong words there? I mean, Champ, do you have anything you want to say to that, or conversely, just say anything directly toward Mr. Daniels?
I have a question for you. What if this Saturday in Palo, I do what I say, and I tear your head off your shoulders when I kick your head so far that your partner is going to have to fetch it like a dog? What happens when your ego gets deflated because you are no longer the man that is indestructible? You will become a mortal human this Saturday. And I'm going to take advantage of that.
It's a very good question, Jason. But that's the same thing as if a normal human was asking God what to do next. He
So
never
you
gets
calling it a
He
God?
never
You think
God
God?
never answers or anything. So I tell you, you're not gonna be able to make me destructible. You're not gonna be able to make me mortal. Because Freddie Daniels, he doesn't know what mortal means. That's how indestructible I am. So come at me, Jason. Try and kick my head
Are you
across the
saying you
world.
don't have a vocabulary? You don't understand the definition of a word? Mortal, destructible. Mortal means weakness. You have weakness.
Do I?
It will be exploited. It will be turned on you. And it will be your downfall.
We're going to find out. I tell you what, we are going to find out, and it is going to be quite a match here for those IMF Tag Team Championships, which, again, the Midwest Express, they have had one of the most impressive runs in history of any champion. And I don't just put that lightly. I've had the Stepdads on here. I've had the Brooklyn Prodigies on here. I mean, I've had some of the very best tag teams in this circuit come onto this platform. The Street Stompers. I mean, I can go list some of the tag teams that have come on here in the underground, even the independent wrestling circuit, and what the Midwest Express have done. We're going to look back in a long time from now, and they're going to definitely be in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame as a
You're
group.
going to appreciate what we have done for these tag titles.
No, I agree with that. No, I agree with that. We're going to see if it continues coming up here. There's no question that we're excited about the show. That's the poster. If you want to buy a ticket, please go to the IMF Facebook page. Also, check them out on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and you will not be disappointed. I'm going to give you guys closing thoughts because I have to get to your next match, which is your House of Wolves member, IMF champion, Mr. Omen Black, Mr. Myers. So I certainly don't want to keep the champion waiting any longer. But I'm going to give you guys both closing words. Freddie, certainly some, let's just say, impactful words here. You definitely don't sound mortal. Will you continue to be indestructible? I don't know. Maybe you'll come out to Disturbed's Indestructible song. Who knows? But in the meantime, I'll pass the baton to you. You certainly didn't need Ace Diamond tonight. You can certainly carry a tune on your own pretty well, and we'll see if it'll get you to some gold once again. But I pass the baton to you with some closing thoughts. Anything else you want to plug, share, or say?
You know, Tom, I don't say this often because I like gold, but gold doesn't define a career. So this weekend, while I am going in there to get gold, I'm not just going in there to get gold. That's probably one of the smallest goals I have. Jason, he's going to go in there to take my head off. Well, Jason, every man and every wolf, hell, anything that bleeds, their head easily comes off to the guillotine.
All right. Well, we'll find out. I mean, certainly Freddie came out swinging. There's no question about that. And Champ, I pass the baton to you. And anything else you'd like to say, and go from there.
If I can remember correctly, you took that from me. That I remember. That was my first move that I would end people with. But now I'd much rather just kick their heads off.
Ooh.
But I'm done with the talking. I've heard too much from you over too long of a period of time. I'm ready to kick your head off. I hope you're ready to finally be shrunk down to size. I can't wait to see you Saturday.
Well, we're gonna find out. I'll tell you what. Let's see if Freddie Daniels has the same luck, I guess, that Bret Hart did from Goldberg and Starrcade '99. We'll have to find out. But yeah, I agree with Colton Lee, the Heartless Sheriff. We're all keeping an eye on the King of Palo this weekend. A new member of the IMF has something to say, and that's the announcer, Atlas Savage. Thank you for tuning in. Sean Jovi did want to say, in a rare compliment of Freddie Daniels, Freddie was one of the best in recent memory. I agree. And
the best in recent memory. Thank you very much.
You might certainly make more history. There's no question about that. So, okay, well, fellas, I thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to talk about the match after Saturday and bring you guys back on, and we'll see what happens. And thank you for coming on here. Best of luck. Okay, well, that was Freddie Daniels, and that's a man who doesn't need much luck right now. That is one half of one of the greatest tag team champions of all time that we're seeing right now in our very eyes in front of us in the Midwest Express from the House of Wolves, Jason Myers. That's that. We'll thank them off the screen. Thank you, Champ. And we are here now, and well, it's time for an IMF championship match. But there, whoa, it's Mephisto, and he's here, and nice to see you. I mean,
how you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great, I guess, but shouldn't you be, concentrating on the man that took that championship from you 2 months ago? Or tell us what's going to happen here, because there's a lot of history of late, a lot of talk about the foundation, the House of Wolves, and I would just think that you would be coming out here swinging, rather aggressive against Omen Black, but not so much. What can we expect here from you this Saturday?
Brother, what you'd expect from me is nothing but giving Omen a little bit of a due butt whooping, brother. That's what he's going to get.
Okay, and I guess you have what happened to you 2 months ago on your mind. I guess you have what Winter Clash happened to you, right? That's a big motivation, I would think.
I mean, brother, let's go back to Winter Clash. I will say this.
Okay.
I lost my title, brother. That's fair. I lost it. I decided dumbly and arrogantly to take on Omen Black in his hardcore style. But did I not hang there with him that entire time, brother? I tell you, hitting him with that trash can lid, that took out so much aggression that, brother, I don't have a reason to be mad no more.
Oh, but you lost the championship, though.
I mean, I lost the championship due to myself. I got to take part of credit for that one. Blame myself a little bit for being arrogant. Should just took him on what I knew best, brother. Instead, I tried to one up him in his own game.
Maniac, Mephisto. I will give
it's
you
a foundation trait lately, Tom.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it's 4 up, 4 down. I mean, but Mephisto, I mean, going into a match like this, I mean, shouldn't you want redemption? Shouldn't you want to, take out what happened to you on?
Of course, brother, I want redemption. But
yeah,
I've been training, getting ready, getting stronger, brother, every day. Yeah. I haven't let this go for 1 minute. Just because I'm in a good mood and the confidence is at an all-time high doesn't mean I'm taking this lightly, brother. Oh, no.
I mean, we'll have to find out, I suppose.
You see,
Go ahead, champ.
you see, Tom. I'm the shiver that runs down his spine, knowing that he failed. And ever since December, that shiver up his spine has been growing and growing up to this point. You see, this little gimmick he wants to play right now, he's just hiding who he really is.
Are we gonna do this again? You did the. There's the real Mephisto. We've done that, brother. That's over.
Champ,
That's over with.
Are you saying, Champ, that Mephisto was in the same place you were a few months ago? Is that what you're implying?
Run that again, Tom. What do you mean?
Mephisto doesn't know who he is. It's a facade, right? Mephisto is trying to be something that he's not, but when he finds out who he really is, it's not what we're seeing right now, running on the screen and, talking about basically, he let himself down and going into a match and he put up a good fight, and really that this is all a facade, and that when he finds himself, he'll come to the conclusions that you did, more or less, about the foundation and the fans. Is that what you're basically saying? Is that where you were a few months ago, or is there something else here?
You're absolutely right, Tom. You see, this time's different. See, this time I'm going to take him into deep waters, and I'm going to make him find who he really is when he emerges to the surface. And that's my whole mission for the whole foundation. Mephisto, I'm going to do that very thing. And you're going to find yourself for the months on end after this Saturday. See, you were so strong to take it all. You were world champion. But poor Mephisto, you were too weak to keep it, and you're too weak to take it back.
Brother, I don't think I've cried once about losing that title. The only one that does all the crying, brother, is you, the house of boo-hoos, brother. There's not enough time to cry for anybody else.
See, you're already showing your whole weakness. You've already showed your whole hand. Your morality is your weakness. You want to do the right thing all the time. That's your true weakness.
Well, I mean, what you call weakness, brother, a lot of people would call a good trait. They call that a strength. I mean, it's all about opinion, brother.
And you're going to feel it Saturday. Your morality is going to be choking the life out of you. But don't worry, Mephisto. I will fix you. I promise you that.
Brother, you mentioned how no one in the foundation, including myself, seems to know who we are. But I think the only one here with a personality issue is you, brother, who doesn't seem to know who he is.
I know.
Turning his back on his brothers that he's had for years. Who he's gone to war with, brother. Who he bled with, brother. And he just turns his back so easily on them. That for the life of me is what I didn't understand, brother.
You count yourself as a brother. You count El Drago as a brother. You count Soldier GP as a brother. You're just as dumb and naive as the rest of them.
Brother, everybody's a brother. You know that. Come on now.
All right, well, I got that, but let me ask you both a question. Let me specifically ask Mephisto, because there's another component to this match in JX, who's supposed to be a part of it.
Yeah, who?
I have to admit, on Tuesday's show when we had the ROEW gang here, I did kind of question if we'll see JX here this time, but I do have to ask because he's advertised here on this match. I mean, especially for you, Mephisto, JX is a component in this match. You might be focused on Omen. You might be focused on maybe changing the House of Wolves, as you say, to the House of Boo-Hoos, but there's a third component in this match who's literally a total unknown to what he brings. I mean, how do you stay focused on the ultimate task at hand and not get distracted by JX, who, if he shows up, we have no idea what he brings to the table here?
Well, brother, I think you said it best with the unknown. There's a lot of unknowns about this. It's unknown if he'll be there. It's unknown. I don't know, brother. It's a lot of unknown factors.
Unknown. It is a very unknown. But it impacts you more than the champ because the champ's got the advantage. He's the incumbent practically. You're the challenger.
At the same time, brother, if JX could be the easy pin that loses Omen the belt, I might not even have to pin Omen in this match.
I just pin JX myself and make this and walk away. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to take on Omen necessarily.
But JX is still in the match. He's going to do something. We don't know.
But brother, he's been away for such a long time. It's like with D'Angelo, brother. How much ring rusts are going to be? How electric is he going to be like he used to be? Not to mention, he's never stepped in the ring with someone like me.
Well, we had D'Angelo at least was here at the beginning of the show, so I'm going to say D'Angelo will be here Saturday.
That's a win already over. That's a win over him, brother.
Yeah, I don't know about JX. I mean, Omen. Listen, if he sees JX, he's going to kill him. So I know Omen's what he's going to say. But you, Mephisto, I mean, he's an important factor here in this match because he could be the one that totally derails you from getting back that title because, like you said, conversely, JX can get pinned and you win the title. But Omen, he's got some scores to settle with JX from many months ago, and he's going to kill him, I'm sure. I mean, maybe you get...
I'm looking forward to that attention he's going to put on him.
I'm not going to forget about you.
You want to say anything about this whole JX thing? I should ask you about it because I know you certainly. Maybe you should give him a PSA not to show up Saturday. I suppose you want to tell him that or what? I don't know.
I don't need to tell him that. He'll probably won't show up.
Well, this was a topic on actually it was Saturday and then Tuesday as well. Yeah, we had a couple of segments about this. But okay, well, Mephisto, what would it mean to you to win back the IMF World Championship? What would it mean to you?
It would mean setting things straight, brother. It would mean putting IMF back the way it was before these House of Wolves decided to mark their territory all over the place.
I want to bounce off that, Tom.
Go ahead. It's your show. You got the floor.
This guy seems to forget. He's gotten everything handed to him, just like every Foundation member. Do you think it was a coincidence? So many good things happening to Mephisto. Title shot after title shot.
Wait, you mean winning?
And then, I'm talking.
Winning,
shut your mouth.
And then winning again.
Hey, you big two-faced.
Winning one more time. I just did winning.
All right, one at a time. Champ, we'll go to Champ, and then we'll go to you, Mephisto. Go ahead, Champ. Go ahead.
But congrats, Mephisto. This is the one true thing you've earned: a rematch. You're supposed to talk back, Mephisto. I know you're a big idiot.
I was trying to be quiet so you can hear the world's smallest violin playing for you, brother.
Mephisto, you are interesting. You are really interesting, man. You are you'd be quite a guy to go out and have a bite to eat with. But I mean,
brother, I love food.
You're quite a guy, but I mean, you got a lot to prove here coming up this Saturday. Yet you were champion. You held the title for the last quarter of the year. And you got an opportunity to prove that run wasn't a fluke. You have an opportunity to prove that, you know what, you are one of the very best out there. And you've got an opportunity to maybe silence a lot of critics. And you got a lot on the line here. And I would think you'd be going into this with, as much a game face as possible.
Maybe if this was a one-on-one, Tom, everything you said would be true. This ain't a one-on-one. There's an X factor, like you said, a JX factor, if you will.
Clever.
So to say this match is going to determine Mephisto's future is, I don't think, fair to say when there's a third component. Now, me and Omen one-on-one, that's a different story, brother. We'll see if that happens or not.
But you still could win the world title. You're in the match still, so it does still impact.
Well, then we just know he'll boo-hoo his way saying JX had some way of keeping him like he did last time he lost the belt, brother. Said,
Tom, you might want to talk slow with this
I didn't really get pinned. I didn't lose the belt.
I'm going to try my best to, keep this as best possible here for it. But I mean, Mephisto, I really...
Use small words for him, please. He's just too big of an idiot.
Mephisto, you have a big match coming up, and you have an opportunity to show the world that you weren't a fluke and a one-hit wonder this Saturday. Do you want to tell the world exactly why you're going to take back the IMF World Championship, regardless of the circumstance and who may be in the match or not?
Really, it's because Omen Black is going to get what's coming to him. What he did to the Foundation, what he did to me, turning his back, can't be done. The mouth he's running about me everywhere he goes, can't let it be done. It's going to happen, brother. One way or another, he's going to get in my grasp, and I'm going to give him a tour, and it's going to be a 1, 2, 3.
All right, well, House of Wolves, are showing themselves to be one of the most potent factions in history.
Again,
I think this version, statistically, categorically speaking, is probably way ahead of what the previous incarnation is. The Midwest Express, when we look back, is one of the greatest tag team champions we've ever seen in this circuit. Ox McCoy, a man speaks for itself, didn't even have to speak tonight. Nicholas Crenton certainly railed to the world he was going to win, but Ox McCoy didn't even need to show up tonight. He didn't even have to speak. He didn't feel it was necessary. And Anthony Steele will be here in a few minutes, and I'm not even going there. And here you are, Omen. I mean, this group is on the cusp of, it seems to be eradicating anyone that stands in the way. And it seems like Saturday is going to be a coronation of what is to come. And maybe everybody else should either join or just get out of the way, it seems, from what I'm learning.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, Tom, that obviously I have a mission, and it starts with the foundation, and it's going to end with the foundation.
Well,
I am the champion the IMF needs. They'll see it. They all want to hate right now, but they will see it. I will make everyone in that goddamn locker room open their eyes, and they will see. I'm just going to bring them salvation from the foundation piece of shit scum. Holding them down, holding them back. That's all they do. Not me. I want what's fair for everyone in the house, not in the house, except for you guys.
Is there salvation for anybody this Saturday? Is there salvation?
Of course. After the bell rings, I will offer salvation to JX and to Mephisto. That's right. That's fair.
Well,
fair.
JX, if he shows up, I think that's the big question. All right. Well, we'll have to find out. Mephisto, do you have any final words for Omen Black, or you want to ask him one more question before we?
And I know you're slow. Final words means last saying, like last sentence. What you want, you tell me last. I know you're a big idiot. Foundation don't teach you shit, but go ahead.
Last licks, Mephisto. I like you still. You have an opportunity. Would you like to address the champion one more time, or anything you want to ask him?
I'll see you Saturday, brother. Watch your back. Keep your little cronies around you at all times. That's all I got to say.
Well, you know what? He got it out. He got it out. We'll give him that. And, Champ, you're going to stay on here. I'm going to actually, because your House of Wolves brethren are going to be joining you in a minute. So I'm going to actually, it's your show.
I want to say this before he goes.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Mephisto, I want to tell you this right now. There's a reason why we're not the main event. Because you're simply not worth the main event. You see, you had your chance and you blew it. No more. After this Saturday, the rightful thing to do is you go back to the line where you belong.
Well, we'll have to find out. Obviously, if you are here, do me a favor. Go hit the sub button for the IMF. Check them out on Facebook. Buy a ticket. I've bought 2 tickets. So if you're out there and you'd like to go to the show, you can go as my guest. And I get a chance to watch a lot of great matches. We've previewed almost all of them so far. We've got Prince Achia in action as well. He's defending the Midwestern Championship. Definitely check that out. We've also got the King of Palo tournament here still. Omen's going to stay on for that. And Mephisto, anything else you want to say? Any other words? And we'll wish you a lot of luck out there. And I'm sure you'll definitely continue to prove why you're the galactic maniac that you are. All right, Mephisto, thank you so much. In your own way, I think you're basically telling us thank you for having me on, and we'll see you soon. And yeah, you should have your eyes open and accept the truth. Jake Dvorak is here, our buddy from NEW.
You see, when Mephisto has his eyes open, they're cross-eyed like Silver Wolf.
When I hear that name, I have to go like this. because we don't want to go there. But obviously, we got the point. Mephisto, I wish you a lot of luck. I look forward to seeing you back on Sportswire in a few weeks. And thank you as always.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, sir. It's not even the witching hour, but okay, let's bring on some of the people that you're gonna like to see and not like to see here in this King of
I'm just
Palo.
gonna be a fly on the wall, Tom.
Oh, okay.
I'm the real king of Palo.
Well,
Let me just be a fly on the wall.
okay. Well, we've got a bunch of people here that they want to say their piece, and I've got the King of Palo.
Oh,
winner
there's
last
Daddy's
year.
boy.
I got Sean Joby, the resident rock star, and I got Felix Jones, who what side is he on again? And I've got Soldier GP once again, and I got the two men that was certainly the topic the last few days. I'm gonna get to them in a minute, but I'm gonna go to you, Sean Joby, first, because you've been waiting the whole night to talk. You won the King of Palo last year. You've got an opportunity now to show everybody why it wasn't a fluke. And tell us, for those that are listening and watching here on Sportswire Radio in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that you did help build. Tell us why last year wasn't a fluke, and you're going to win this Saturday's King of Palo to go back to back.
You see, Tom, I'm glad you asked, because people could say it's a fluke. People thought it was a fluke last year that I won the King of Palo. Hell, I didn't have a good memory of it because I had a title at that point that got taken from me, which is actually how I got the scepter from a former ruler of his own that I took.
Yeah.
And just like I slayed that ruler, I'm the King of Palo, the Monarch, if you will. Nice playing the word monarch, don't you think, Tom? Anyway, I am not just a ruler right now. I am the Monarch, and when I win the King of Palo back, I challenge Omen Black for taking me out, leaving me dead, left for dead on the stage. I haven't forgotten Omen. As much as I love Soldier GP, my brother from another mother in the foundation, I have to face Omen. I've had so many shots, and I may have let a lot of people down with those shots.
You sound about as
You know
stupid
what?
as the guy who held that scepter before you.
Let's not go there.
This is a trophy, Omen, of my past that I have destroyed. And the next thing in my life that I need to destroy, Omen, is you once I win the King of Palo back to back. Maybe people forget that you were even part of the foundation or part of the All Wrestling Matters movement at all. I'll make everyone something about you, and then you'll have something to play about.
It's okay. It's okay, Omen. It's okay, Omen. He has to get past the dude that he couldn't beat not once but twice.
And just want to say hello to Rocky from TPW, obviously watching very closely to see his roster.
It's all right, Steele. You know why? He couldn't beat the man ever, so he had to join him and be his fucking lapdog. Right, Soldier?
Well, I missed that in time. But we'll find out, Mr. Jovi. You know, I do want to go to Il Drago and Anthony Steele. The Anthony Steele, because we ended the show, and it's been a topic the last few days on the different shows. The RWW gang was talking about. We were talking about it even with the UK guys over in CCW yesterday. Cody was here, the Wham Bam Cody Slam, who's now the real deal Cody. Hopefully Cody 2 belts from her vantage point. Not going to go there, Anthony, and ask you about the Wham Bam Cody Slam, but I'm going to ask you about this proposal you had for Il Drago. Basically saying you got until Thursday. So Anthony Steele, I'm going with you because you could ask the question. So go ahead.
Hey, Drago. You got an answer for me, buddy?
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
You got an answer. Did you open your eyes finally? Did you see the truth in what I was speaking to you?
Uso, Steel, my eyes been open the whole entire time. And I hate to break it to the Wolves, but I hate to let the pack down, but I do not have an answer for you. And my answer so far is that as far as I checked with the island, I checked with the tribe. This ain't just a cheat thing. You know, if I do something dishonorable, you know, I can't really be a cheat for my tribe. So the answer would be no.
You know what's dishonorable? You know what's dishonorable? It's letting Soldier GP run your career. is letting Soldier GP boss you around and tell you what to do. What I told you earlier this week was the truth, Drago. Inside the house, you were
Shut the
free
fuck
man.
up. You're accusing him of doing the same thing that Omen's doing to you.
What is he
you
telling
are
me to do?
Hey, daddy's
What is he
boy.
telling me to do?
Hey,
What
daddy's
is he
boy.
telling me?
Men are talking. Shut your mouth.
What
You're
is
doing the
he
same
telling
thing
me to
that you're
do?
accusing
What is he
us.
telling me to
You're
do?
clearly-
What is he
you're
telling
his
me
bitch.
to do? What is he telling me to do? Do what he
You're
knows I'm
following. You're
capable
just a
of?
follower. You
Do
came
it.
into IMF and you followed
A follower?
Parsley. Then
We
you
follow-
left Parsley
hey.
and you followed Omen.
No.
We follow him.
See, Soldier. The thing about it is, we don't follow each other. We stand next to each other, and that's the one thing Parsley lacked, and that's why I brought up the fact of that picture on my YouTube.
Well, Parsley's not even here tonight. I mean, he's
It's
continuing.
because you and Parsley, see, me and Omen, we gotta talk. We knew that something between you two was planning out a long time ago, but we couldn't quite put our fingers on it. And then we saw Drago. See, Summer Bash 2024. I saw Drago. I saw what he's capable of. And when I saw Drago put down Prince Achia and finally show his true worth in the IMF, I knew he had potential. I knew he could go on to great things. And then when I saw him be led by you, it was just the same thing. It was what Felix Jones went through. It was what Felix Jones. See, Felix, you've rebelled against Soldier for the same reason. Because all Soldier is here to do is to put everyone down and put him over. That's why you want to win King of Palo. It's not for Jovi. It's not for Drago. It's not for Felix. It's not for Parsley. It's not for the foundation. It's for you. It's for your own greed. See, why I want to win the King of Palo is for the house. I want to show that the IMF is nothing without Omen Black, Anthony Steele, Jordan Ness, Jason Myers, and Alex McCoy, because the house runs this bitch. And all of you are falling in line behind a false prophet named Soldier GP.
All right, Anthony, hold that thought for a minute. Felix Jones, I do want to go to you because, you know, you are certainly as much of an interesting component to this King of Palo as anybody else is out there. And I don't even know where to begin, but I'm going to ask you, though, where I should begin is, why are you going to win the King of Palo, and how are you going to do that with all these competitors and all these different people in there? So how are you going to win this year's King of Palo?
Well, I won't tell you how I'm going to win because they're right there, you know. But I'll tell you why I'm going to win. I'm going to win, well, first of all, because I'm better than the rest of you. Second of all, you guys know how hard it is to come this close. To every time, just this close, you are so close and you fail.
You've been in there with Soldier when
single
he was champion.
time.
You've been there with Drago. You know, you wrestled even a man that's going to be in this tournament, CJ Black. You wrestled him in ROEW. You've definitely been knocking on the door, but maybe it's kind of your sink or swim moment here. You've been knocking on the door, and eventually you got to get through, or else where does your career go from here?
If I don't win this, I don't know where my career goes, and that is why I need to win. That's why I am going to win. That's why I'm going to go through the 9 other competitors and win this whole gauntlet.
You want to know something funny, Felix? See, in a tournament like this, you got to go based off statistics. Statistics matter in this moment in time.
All statistics
And statistics show that the guy that has the best win rate going into this match is the IMF United States champion. Because you've been put down so much, Felix. And I hate it. I hate that you've been held down behind Parsley. You're so much better than that. I hate that you've been put down behind Soldier GP. You're so much better than that. You call yourself the prince, but yet you're acting like a guard to 2 individuals that will never be king. And then you look at Jovi, the downfall of Jovi. You won King of Palo last year, and what happened? What happened? the downfall of Jovi commenced. Drago, you got out of tag team divisions. Finally got your spotlight as a singles competitor, and what happened? Again, you got put as a lapdog of Soldier GP, where when Soldier couldn't get someone to step up, he chose you as a last resort. And Soldier, you lost to Mephisto, your brother, which then in hindsight went on to lose to Omen Black in the biggest match of his career.
We had him on, and he couldn't even figure out how to give.
And you want to know while all that was happening, you know what I was doing? Winning. Retaining this championship, beating Sean Jovi to get this in the first place.
Multiple wins over him. Multiple wins.
And that's where it all lies this Saturday at King of Palo.
I want to go to Soul.
One last thing. While Donnie thinks that putting me at entrant number 1 in this eliminator is going to stop me from going to the end, I've proven day in and day out. I went to war with Omen Black and had Omen Black nearly beat my fucking ass with any weapon he could. And I showed Omen why I respect him and now he respects me. Because I can endure as much pain as I can. I was put through door after door with Sean Jovi. And I withstood the pain. See, starting at number 1, that's all it is. It's enduring pain to go to the end, to claim the ring, and again, rightfully decline facing Omen Black, a Rage in the Cage, because I have better things to do, like defending this title. And next month, guys, next month marks 6 months. And once I retain this next month against whoever Dirty wants to throw at me, I will then become the longest reigning IMF United States champion in history. So please, guys, this ain't ego talking. This is statistics. And the statistics and the odds are forever not in any of y'all's favor.
Well, we'll certainly find out. Soldier, I want to give you the opportunities because I've heard guy after guy mention you in different ways, and I want to give you the opportunity because you said in maybe one of your most impactful promos yet about why you need to win the King of Pale. And we started this show with you, and I think it's appropriate to bring you on and eventually end with you because you've got a lot on your mind. And this might be your most emotional and important night of your career.
See, you want to sit there and say that I'm wanting to win because I want to win for myself? Still, you're wrong. I have to win because of Omen Black. I have to save my brother from the path that he's taking. He chose this. Remember that. I don't give a damn about a ring, and I don't give a damn about the shot at the title. I just need to save my brother. That's all.
And what? Lose again? Wasn't Omen Black's first title win against you? Didn't he beat you? That was the whole reason. That was the whole reason when I showed up to IMF 2 years ago that you attacked me. It was because you wanted Omen at his best, and guess what? You fucked yourself over and you lost to Omen Black. So what makes you think anything's different now, Soldier? What makes you think that at a 100% Omen Black, you winning King of Palo inside a cage where you cannot escape, where none of your boys can help you? What makes you think you could do it then? What makes you think the foundation can destroy everything the house is building? Because we showed you last month that even with me competing earlier in the night and walking into that match, 4-on-4, we're stronger against you. What happens when it's 1-on-1 and you did not want to face Omen last month and then you have to inside Rage in the Cage? So you say you want to help him, but what truly do you want to help? You want to help him come back to the foundation? Or do you want to help yourself knowing that you could say you did something else in your career?
And this is bigger than the foundation still. This is my brother. My brother. He's just your boss, but he's my brother.
He's no longer your brother. He's no longer your companion. He's no longer your partner. He is your rival. He is your demolition. He is the guy that will make sure that the foundation stays in their place.
I got the steal. You see, Soldier, you and I want to say we're exceptional. We made IMF. If anyone want to disagree, didn't think so.
No.
But I followed my path, but you went down the way of a hero. But I've opened my eyes. Like I said, I want to give everyone the opportunity of salvation, Tom. Tonight, I've said that.
Yep, we talked about that about 20 minutes ago. Yep.
And right now, I'm going to give you your opportunity, Soldier, for salvation. Join me. Open your eyes. Open your eyes to the cause. And just imagine what we can do when you're finally awake. See, you're sleeping right now from the truth, Soldier. You want some truth? When your dad passed away, I was there. But when he died with you being a disappointment.
Well, those words are not certainly endorsed by those on this platform here. Soldiers walk down. Soldiers left. Down goes Soldier. Soldiers down and out.
And all of y'all can do the same. All of you have the chance of salvation with the house. Felix, you have the chance to get everything you ever wanted. The time, the shine, the spotlight of the night. All you got to do is stand beside us and quit walking behind two individuals that will lead you to the darkest place on earth. And Jovi, same with you. See, you teaming with Mephisto and Dirty Donnie ain't going to lead you nowhere. It's going to lead you to the same place that you have been for the past 6-7 months. Nowhere. Emptiness. Sadness. If you come walk with the house, everything will change.
Jovi, I mean, you know what? Tonight, I don't know how you're going to retain the King of Palo and go back to back. You've got, you might be the most marked man of anybody. How are you going to do this?
How do I do it?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I do is not join the house of filthy whores. The next thing I do,
filthy whores. You're in Wisconsin. You work for WCE.
Hey, yeah, sense of that.
You're holding another man's stick.
The stick of a person that is dead. In the eyes of
WC stands for whores can't. Never mind.
Yeah, don't get beeped out, Omen. You need to shut your mouth.
Whores can't wrestle.
Yeah, that's why you guys are in a house full of it, because you guys can't wrestle.
Coming from the dude that lost twice.
Couldn't hack it.
Joey, where's this at? Is this in Wisconsin? Is this under your grasp?
Well, that's in Illinois, technically. It's in Illinois.
That's the worst state of them all.
We don't.
I out-wrestled you. I outsmarted you. And Drago, I'm gonna come back to you one last time.
Uh-oh.
You see what happened with Soldier? You see how we know everything. That's because we are everything in IMF. We are the place to be. We are the people that you want to see. And we are the shiniest of the stars in all of underground and indie wrestling. And you could too. You could show your legacy. You could show your tribe everything that you said you were going to set out to be. But as you keep walking with these individuals, these lackluster talents that is only in it for themselves, you're going to be withheld from your true greatness. You're going to be withheld from your destiny, sitting at the throne, sitting at the head of the table of your own family. So please, one last time.
remain to be the sheep that Soldier GP has
Let's
made you.
have Drago say here, because he was asked the question. I'm going to let him speak because he is the High Chief, and I acknowledge my Samoan Dragon High Chief. El Drago, what would you like to say?
I've had a lot of time to think. I've had a lot of time to sit back, and my decision right now is still valid to be known. Because I was great before I met you. I was great before you said all that and went on your little rant. Maybe Soldier left because he's tired of hearing all your bullshit. You ever think of that? Yeah.
Or maybe he didn't want to hear the
A little late
truth.
on that one. But it's cool, Uso. And Uso Omen. Very hurtful things you probably said to Uso Gary. That's probably also why he left. Maybe true, maybe not. Doesn't matter. But the truth is that wasn't your business to expose. That was his
It's
father.
absolutely my business.
That's right. But you got to understand that you are not the same person when that was happening or when it happened. So who are you to say anything? What about yourself? What have you became? What have you turned? Well, we all know what steel is.
That's
So
the thing, Drago.
That's steel right there.
That's the thing, Drago. I am the champion the IMF needs. I say what no one else can. I do what no one else can. That's what makes me different from all of you and everyone in the back. I can do what I want because I'm the IMF heavyweight champion.
I want to go to you, Felix, because I know we got to get the show to an end here soon. And
can I ask one last question to Felix?
No, you
because
can't
this is a,
stop
but it's
talking.
important.
Stop
But it's important.
talking.
It's important.
All you
It's
do is talk.
Yeah, because I'm showing you.
You keep saying that I'm following Soldier. You keep saying I'm following Parsley, but I'm not. And I will prove that this Saturday when I win this gauntlet and I go on to win the big one. When I go on to prove
how?
why I am the Prince of
How are you not
Professional
following? How are you not following them when every single time they need help, you're there to save them, but when you need help, they're nowhere the fuck around. How answer that, Felix? How many times have you saved Justin Parsley? How many times has Justin called for Felix Jones? How many times has Soldier left you to be eaten by the wolves? How many times has he left you in the dust?
There's that boy.
But you, when your name's called, you come to help them. That's where it's at, Felix. You are the rescuer of Justin Parsley and Soldier GP.
Well, you know, Anthony, where is Justin Parsley tonight? That's an excellent point, actually, Anthony. Where is Justin Parsley? I would have thought he would have been here. He had a whole big video on the IMF Facebook page. This is his time. This is his moment. He's the hall monitor of Sportswire Radio. He's Mr. Hall of Famer. This is supposed to be his opportunity to be the PWF champion.
It's because of one simple thing.
What?
He knows.
He talked about things about Omen Black. We're not repeating on this platform, by the way.
It's because he knows he is a blind sheep that is surrounded by the wolves.
Maybe he's the one not sure, because you know what? He's not here tonight. I mean, you would think he would be here. This is his time.
And that's the thing I'm trying to say. Hey, Felix, where is he? For you to back him up on multiple encounters.
You know, he
Where is
probably
he to
didn't want
back you
to
up?
listen to you talk. Because that's all you do. You talk.
No, he didn't want to hear the truth, just like none of y'all do.
He didn't want to listen to your bullshit.
And the truth of the matter is when Omen retains against Mephisto and JX, if he shows up, I'm going to go on to win King of Palo, put that ring on my other finger,
And then you're gonna go.
And then I'm going to, and I'm gonna,
You're gonna
and
go.
I'm going to, and I'm going to
for it.
stand.
Just like you've been
I'm
doing
going
this
to
whole
stand
time.
next.
Too bad you're not
I'm
gonna
gonna
win,
stand
right?
next to
Too bad you're
Omen.
not gonna win. Too bad you're not gonna win.
Who's gonna stop me? Is it gonna be you?
Well, I tell you,
It's gonna be you, Felix.
I'll stop you.
No, you know what? I gotta throw it out there before we get to closing thoughts. There are a few other names that are in this that aren't in this company, and they could throw a wrench into any of you's plans, and that's the good guy, CJ Black.
I ain't worried about it.
You can't even
I
handle
ain't
his
worried
own
about.
company.
I ain't worried about Remington Striker. That motherfucker is one move away from breaking his fucking hip for the 30th time in his fucking life. I ain't worried about El Drago because Drago, homie, the same thing I've been saying this whole fucking time is going to become to the light at King of Palo is that you are just the lackey of the foundation right now. And Jovi, I'm going to do the same thing I've done twice for a third time. It's going to be a trifecta at King of Palo when I make sure you don't go back to back. And when the house retains the tag titles, the hardcore title, the world title, and wins King of Palo, all of y'all will truly see the vision that we have for the IMF, and that is y'all are all blind to the brightest lights that we can give y'all because you are hiding and seeking so much attention, Mr. Felix Jones, Il Drago, Sean Jovi. Y'all are seeking attention that you will never get unless you open your eyes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've certainly heard a lot. You got it, Drago.
Thank you. I'm the hype chief, Uso. I don't need your attention. I never needed it. I don't need it. I sure as hell don't need Omens. I don't need the House of Wolves attention. I don't need nothing. And I'll see you February 22nd this Saturday just to show your raunchy ass how to do it. How about that? And I'll show you a worthy person. Maybe one day you'll be a worthy champion, but this reign just probably ain't it now, is it, Uso? But when I do see you in the ring, I'll be sure to be.
Let me ask you the question I asked you already. Have you won a championship?
Ever?
No.
IMF.
Have you won a championship inside the doors of IMF?
Inside the
No.
doors of IMF? No.
No. Exactly.
But you're the only person.
See, here's the thing.
To win a briefcase.
Here's the thing. You want a briefcase. You want a briefcase. You want a briefcase that you have yet to even try to cash in. You haven't even tried to cash in.
So you keep running your goddamn mouth. Like you keep doing it. I swear on Tagalora, you gonna make me lag out or flip out.
There's two champions. There's two champions here.
You want a real
two champions.
A real reaction. Uso, you got a title.
Two champions.
Two
champions here.
Well, technically, you got
what?
2.5 because Jovi is the King of Palo holder and Drago's the briefcase holder.
Two
Two
champions.
different-
Two people that hold that championship.
Tom, I want to say
Who
two
got the
things.
championship?
Yes,
People
sir.
hold championships and suck
Let's,
each other out.
let's let the champion speak on his show. Go ahead, Omen.
I want to address two things.
Maybe I
First
need to
one,
plug it down on you still.
top of my
I
head,
don't know.
CJ Black's not in the match. Good for him. Lucky for him.
Oh, he's not in
Another
the match?
thing-
I thought he was in it.
Would you just say who's the king of Palo?
Sean Jovi?
No, that's just paper. He's just a paper king. I'm the one true king, the real king of Palo.
But no one says that but you.
Yeah,
No one's gonna
you
disprove
literally
me.
on the match.
No one says you're the king of Palo except yourself. That doesn't count.
Listen, Parsley,
Yeah,
you know,
just
why don't you
like
follow?
you
Why don't you go try to find your dad,
It
then
doesn't
come at
count.
me?
Match, Omen. I'll take you down too. Be number 10.
Listen, you can't even take down Craven Rage. How you gonna take down me?
I took him down. More times than I can fucking count.
You're holding a stick. Get over yourself.
Yeah, the stick that I destroyed.
The
him.
one thing that I can say about Wisconsin, they're all idiots. You, Crenson, Darkfire, all of them, idiots. Dumbasses.
I mean, they are, but I'm a different
Retard.
You think Bon Jovi is your dad? Idiot.
He's my dad.
The only thing you have closer resemblance of Bon Jovi, you look like the motorcycle he rode in on.
And I'm sure your dad's proud of you too, homie.
All right, let's keep the faith. Let's certainly keep the faith here. Let's certainly, forget about all this, and let's end the show in a blaze of glory. Let's certainly try to do that. We're halfway there, I swear. We'll make it, I swear. Let's get to some final words here. Felix, I'm going to start with you because I still am confused why Justin Parsley wouldn't be here. But I'll got you here, so you'll do.
I don't know what Parsley's doing. I don't know where he's at. He probably, honestly, like I said, he probably didn't want to listen to Anthony's bullshit that he was speaking the entire time because he doesn't know how to shut his fucking
I was
mouth.
really looking forward to hearing him. He hasn't been on Sportswire in a few weeks. I was actually excited to hear from him, but I guess
I thought he was going to be on here too. I was excited to see him,
I
and then
thought
I
you were
showed
gonna
up and
break
he's
the
not
people
here.
button.
Oh, there you go. But go ahead, Felix. You got the floor.
Look, all I'm going to say is this weekend I'm going to prove why I call myself the Prince of Professional Wrestling, why I call myself the best in the Midwest. I'm going to secure the King of Palo and that #1 contender shot. Omen, if you pull this off against Mephisto and JX, I'll see you at Rage in the Cage.
And
If.
Zilla wants to take the offer to join the House of Wolves, but probably won't be let in the House of Wolves. And if I can join the House of Wolves, I'm okay with that. You know what?
Are you seeking salvation?
They'll take you, Zilla.
Yeah, they take anybody off the street.
So I'll take you there. And I obviously I'm gonna go.
Who are you?
That's the newest member of the IMF roster.
Idiot.
Casey Jack Bradley from the UK is a Drago fan, not a Steel fan, but we'll give him a
Casey
pass.
Bradley, shut the fuck up. No one knows who you are.
Actually, he's wrestling in the UK.
Oh wait, you're the cosplay kid.
Yeah.
Grow the fuck up, nerd. Get the fuck out of your mom's basement.
Well, let's go to Drago next for closing thoughts.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Well,
okay, we broke the fourth wall, but go ahead. Literally.
I know none of y'all really care because some of y'all are wolves. One's got his head stuck in his ass, and Jovi, you're pretty cool. So, what it would mean to me, it would mean a whole lot. I don't really care, Roman. I don't. What it would mean to me to win King of Palo wouldn't just be King of Palo with a ring and a crown, stupid. See, the thing you guys are forgetting is King of Palo. So the people that come, spend their money, and we entertain them, that's the king. That's the people. We're the king of them. So here's my thing. I think you also don't give a damn about being the first Samoan to ever be the king of anything in the ring. How about that? So all I got to say is my tribe's more important and my values are more important. Still, you want to play mind games? I'm playing mind games too. Armin, you want to talk shit? Got you. Next time I see you, Usos, doesn't matter. See you Saturday, February 22nd. Felix, stay the hell out of my way. Jovi, I'll see you. We come cross paths. Soldier, 4 up, 4 down, but it's every man for himself. I got to go to live.
Steven's still there?
And all right, well, Il Drago is walking off, and he'll be back for the High Chief Talks show in a few weeks. Stay tuned for that.
Before we go, put that last comment on to prove a point.
Okay.
All people from Wisconsin are fucking idiots.
That's why I disassociated from the Wisconsin scene, brother.
You wrestled him, so you're no better than him.
Yeah, but I am
You're in agreement with me. Yeah.
Anymore. I am not a Wisconsinite. I am just a Wisconsinite who happens to live in this shithole state.
Well, listen, I happen to love all 50 states, and I love all the countries that will come on this platform. So we're gonna
the asshole of the Midwest.
I'm gonna say I love every state. We're so grateful for everybody coming on here. And Mr. Joby, I want to pass the baton to you for some closing thoughts, so we can get salvation and not lose any more WWE wrestlers that want to come on here. And a big guest tomorrow coming on here, not Stephen Havoc, but we'll talk about it off the air. But go ahead.
As your undisputed King of Palo from last year, it's tough to face all these men with great talent. But I will assure you that I am going to take back-to-back crowns. I am going to continue to be the undisputed king of Palo and the undisputed king of Rock. And all y'all don't stand a ghost of a chance, because you know how it is at the end of the day. All y'all's asses getting kicked so hard you'll be living on a prayer. And I'll be seeing all of you on Saturday.
So when you
See
lose,
you,
I'll make
Almond.
sure to get you a Burger King crown.
Do they still give those out?
God, I hope not.
Well, thank you, Sean Jovi, and we appreciate you for being here past your bedtime, and we'll look forward to seeing what you
Yeah, I
do.
gotta go to Iowa in the morning.
All right, so good night, Sean Jovi. You can go. Good night. Good night. Good night. There. We'll give Casey Jack Bradley a pass and say thank you, Casey, for tuning in. You know, Anthony, I am going to pass the baton to you because I know that's what you do is talk closing thoughts, and I'm going to give you that opportunity because that's what you do.
Yeah, I got the mic now, Felix. Yeah, so that
The
means I
only
can
time you've
talk.
actually had the mic.
So it's simple. It's simple. The King of Palo is not just about the King of Palo match. It's about the night that the house shows everybody what we're truly made of. And Felix, I got a question. This is a question that was brought to my attention a couple months ago when we teamed. What makes you think that Soldier or Parsley ain't going to take you out of this? What makes you think that?
Don't worry. I've already been thinking about that. I've already prepared
So,
myself for that because it is every man for himself. You have to expect that.
So you're okay if Parsley eliminates you?
I mean, I
You're
wouldn't
okay with that?
necessarily say I would be okay with it, but I mean, it's every man for himself. So I mean, I would understand everyone. The winner
You're
gets a
okay
shot
if
at the
Soldier.
biggest thing in backyard wrestling or underground wrestling at the moment, the IMF World Heavyweight Championship. So yes, I would understand.
Something you've came nowhere close to, right?
You've came any closer?
I had a choice. I had a choice to
But you
take
are on record
Mephisto's spot.
saying you are on record
I had a
saying that
choice.
you win the Saturday, the King of Palo, you're declining the world title. You're declining.
Because here's the thing.
Dumb fuck.
No. Here's the logistics, man. Why would I face Omen for the world title? Why I hold the United States Championship?
Because you're a mid-card champion.
Because I'm a mid card champion that's main evented more shows than your entire fucking lifetime.
An IMF?
I've been in multiple companies, multiple time champions. Hey, here's the funny thing.
Out of multiple companies.
Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. For 6 years, I was in one company, won the world title not once, not twice, but 3 times. You've been here for how long? IMF's been running for what? 3-4 years. Came nowhere close to a world title opportunity.
Well, he's wrestling this Saturday for it.
Hold on. You want to know why? It's because Daddy didn't want you to. That's because Daddy made sure that you couldn't. But see, here's where it lies. On Saturday, you ain't got to worry about your daddy or your wannabe. You got to worry about me. You got to worry about the actual champion that's in this match, not the PWF champion that only defends it once in a fucking blue moon and only against Soldier GP. You got to worry about a dude that
He
is facing
defended against
multiple
James
times.
Taylor, by the way. He pinned James Taylor.
No, wow, James Taylor, pops up once in fucking, 30 years?
He was here on Tuesday. What are you talking about? He was here on Tuesday.
So, Felix, I'm going to make you a promise. I promise that you're not going to make it to the end. And I promise when you don't, it's going to be a miraculous defeat for you.
Okay, well, thank
and
you.
then you can choose.
Well, thank you, Anthony,
Then
for
you
those
can
closing
choose.
remarks. Thank you for those closing remarks. Champ, I will end with you. You are the champion. Would you like to say anything else before we sign off on this memorable show and certainly memorable last 30 minutes with Anthony Steele and the beat button?
Tom, I like to think that I put everyone on notice
Tonight we learned it's salvation. If you have an opportunity, but if you don't, let's just say you are going to die a slow, long, and painful death, and the wolves are coming and they're howling, and they're right in front of us. Back to
One by one, I'm going to tear down the foundation. And whoever associates with
And
them.
Parsley didn't even show up tonight. I think that's what I learned. He didn't even show up. Maybe he sees the writing on the wall. He talked about the real ones being bigger than the foundation. He talked about the sleaze ball, and never the sleaze, and he didn't even show up. The writing's on the wall, I guess.
And you follow that, Felix. You follow a guy like this below us who wants to turn off his camera and hide from the truth. And then you follow a guy who came and make it on Sportswire for the show.
That he declares himself to be the hall monitor.
You follow a guy who, after winning, he has whooped your ass for no reason. You see, Felix, I wouldn't do that to you at all. That's different for me and Parsley. I'm not that cruel. My brothers, they all know me. I'm not that cruel. I'm actually a very forgiving person. I can forgive you, Felix. All you have to do is open your eyes. And you'll see the truth. I promise you. It's sweet over here. It's sweet being awake, seeing the truth of everything.
Y'all are making a lot of promises I'm not sure you guys can hold on to.
Oh, for sure.
Zilla wants to join Omen Black. What I learned, we're closing with Zilla wants to join Omen Black, and her eyes have been opened.
Done.
And well, I'm definitely opening my eyes up and not quoting the Alter Bridge song, which was the same title for. But
just think about it, Felix.
And
hey, soldier, I know you're listening.
People that had to make a statement. Okay, whatever that means, we want to thank, obviously, everybody for tuning in tonight. We had a lot to talk about here. We started the show with D'Angelo the Flame versus Soldier GP for the All Wrestling Matters World Heavyweight Championship. We also went on Nicholas Crenton, the Devil, who's basically declaring himself open season on everybody in the IMF, and he even declared the House of Wolves as targets. He did declare them as targets. He was one by one systematically going to eradicate the
like I said, people in Wisconsin are idiots.
He said he was going. I mean, he was going to do. He's going to do it. So that's what he said. We had a really memorable exchange, though, between Freddie Daniels and Jason Myers. I think that's going to be, I think, maybe a dark horse match of the year in 2025 for the tag titles. We had certainly Omen Black and Mephisto, who, was in Mephisto form. And we had pretty much everybody here from the King of Palo tournament. And you'll see the show this Saturday. You can go to the IMF YouTube page, check out their stuff. You can also check them out on Facebook if you'd like to buy a ticket. I've donated 2 tickets to the show, so I hope you get a chance to go out and watch the show and tell me what you think. And we'll have more coverage of it after Saturday. We want to thank everybody here. We want to thank Soldier GP, the popular monster.
Hold on.
Yes.
Please,
Yes,
sorry.
Yes, sir.
Soldier, I know you're listening. I'll expect an answer soon. Like I said, just imagine what we could do if you finally just wake up.
Well, James Taylor wants to say, I believe in Omen Black, even if he's a heel or face. I respect the House of Wolves. Wolves, I think he said Wolves, but we'll give him a pass. I think he meant to say Wolves. But he didn't say Anthony Steele. He did say Omen Black.
See, that's a man who knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Maybe he's telling JX not to show up on Saturday. Maybe he's telling.
That's a man right there who has truly opened his eyes to see the truth.
Well, he had his own things to say on Tuesday, and I'm not going there. You can watch Friday Night Face Off tomorrow. I'll be in the chatter today, and I'll talk about it. But he does say he respects all the Wolves except Anthony. Well, enough about the Anthony and the James for one night. We've had enough. Anthony said enough.
I don't give a fuck about his respect.
Thank you, Anthony. We are gonna go. We're out of time. Felix Jones, you have school, I think, right? So get ready for it. Thank you, Felix. I'm sure you'll take everybody to school on Saturday's show in the King of Palo tournament. We were joined by Anthony Steele, who is in rare form the most controversial figure in wrestling history. He'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame like 10 more times in the next month, I'm sure. And he'll say that's what I do, and he'll probably say something controversial. We're here with Soldier GP and Omen Black, who gets the last word tonight. You get the last word, Omen. Officially, give me the last word.
Just think about it, Felix. And Soldier, think about it, hero.
Well,
Truly think about it.
In the words of Jack Nicholson's character, Joker, think about the future, kid. And think about the future for everybody else here. And thank you, everybody. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally where all wrestling matters. We will be here later today with Stefan Havoc and a surprise guest that'll be later on after Stefan Havoc. Hopefully it'll be as entertaining, but probably not with Stefan Havoc. It'll be... we'll take Soldier with no camera over Stefan Havoc being entertaining. But, we'll see what happens, though. Who knows? But until then, thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Even James laughed. But, boy, the show won't end. Anthony is the one wolf that the pack leads to go and die. Well, you know what? He's talking about the Packers. Anthony, we're out of time. Don't even worry about it. Hit the sub button for the IMF. Hit the sub button for us. Anthony says looks like it's from Five Below. I happen to like Five Below. Don't listen to him. I like the candy on sale. I like what those Coke bottles they sell for $2 here in New York.
Did you win at Winter Clash? Didn't think so.
He won because he got out alive. He won because he got out alive. And he's coming back from the Sportzwire. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. A radio station that is Sportzwire Radio, where all wrestling matters. I'll see you at 9 o'clock for Stefan Havoc. Tune in and follow the IMF. Please go buy a ticket. If you haven't yet, I will do that. And James will say he has more views, that it was way more entertaining. But thank you.